Hello and welcome back to Neverland. Last time we started our build for this toy box, and before we move on, here's a screenshot of Neverland from the Peter Pan movie to remind us what it is we're building. Last time we placed all of the terrain for the water around the island, as well as the terrain that framed in Cannibal Cove, where Hook's ship is moored at the start of the movie. Today we're going to continue our build by working our way up from Cannibal Cove toward the big mountain in the middle of the island. Crocodile Creek flows down from that mountain and empties into the cove. I'm going to build the creek, the waterfalls, and the cliffs and hills around the creek today. Now when you look at this area on Captain Hook's map, you can see that the creek flows over two waterfalls before it empties into the cove. That's a little detail that I want to capture in my build. I also showed you this map last time from the Disney Solitaire game, which shows a rope bridge suspended over Crocodile Creek between two cliffs. I really like this a lot, and so I wanted to include this detail in my build also. So as we get started, we're going to begin with this piece of terrain, and I'm going to place this up here on the corner of this block, just like this. We're not going to keep this, but it's just a spacer. And I've already styled this for my Neverland terrain theme, as you can see. And I've also placed a couple of pieces that we're going to need ahead of time, so I don't have to scroll through the drawers. This rope bridge piece is out of Building Sets Group 1. It's part of the treehouse pieces. And this slope, let me pick that up. That is the sloping hill, and you'll notice it's the same size as that piece of terrain that it's sitting on. There's like 3 or 4 different sizes of hills. You want to make sure you get the right one. And while I've got this piece picked up, let's go ahead and drop it over here where it belongs. So this piece is going to sit in there just like that. And now we can take our spacer out. And since we've got this slope selected, we're going to go ahead and continue building the slope here that leads up from Crocodile Creek, or from Cannibal Cove. So we're going to place one here like this, and then we're going to scroll over and pick up this corner slope. Place that there with the corner hill like that. So that kind of juts outward there a little bit. Okay, and then let's pick this piece up and put it down, which gets us back to this part of the drawer. And we're going to use this long, tiny terrain block that's going to sit in here just like that. Okay, let me jump ahead now to the screenshot I need. So we're going to grab this piece of terrain now. We're going to place this right in here like that. And as you can see, that kind of covers up that hole there in the terrain, in the water. We're going to place a couple of these over here on the edge, like that. And then we're going to place another one right over here, just like you see there. So it's half on, half off that big block here that we just put down. And let me come over here and grab this little corner piece that we put down last time. That gets us back to this part of the drawer, and we're going to use this shallow floating cliff. And if you place that last block properly, this will sit in here just like that. And if you didn't place it properly, drop that little shallow cliff and move this so that it's situated just like you see there. Alright, and then we'll pick this piece back up and put it down to get back to that part of the terrain. We're going to grab this block next. This is going to sit in here just like you see there, but I'm going to raise this up one notch like that. And we're going to put another one right over here. And now we know where this water block has to go that we put down last time, so let's bring that over here. We'll drop that right in there like that. And we'll pick this piece up and put it back. We're going to need another piece right on the corner of that one. And that sits in there just like that. Alright, so there Crocodile Creek is starting to take shape. Okay, let's go ahead and pick this piece back up and put it down to get back to that part of the drawer. And we're going to go to the right. And I'm looking for this cliff ledge. We're going to raise this up. And we are going to set this right over here like that. And we're going to take it 2 nudges to the left. So it's going to sit right there like that. And then this piece on this side is going to sit right on top of that block, like you see there. And if you've placed those properly, the little gap here on the top should line up with the gap on the other side. And that tells us now where the rope bridge has to go. So we can come over here and pick that up. And we'll bring this over and drop it right there. And the other one goes right there. So it sits just like that. So there now, there's our rope bridge over Crocodile Creek. That looks pretty good. Alright, let's pick this piece up and put it down. And we'll come over to this side. And this piece needs to sit there just like that. And we're going to run 3 of these across. Whoops. Get back into the editor. And we need the corner. Got to get the right size one. That's going to sit in there like that. Okay, and then that terrain cliff is sticking up a little ways, so we're going to add a little slope here, this long terrain slope, so players can just walk up there. They don't have to jump and climb that. That one will sit there like that. This one will sit over here like this. Alright, so that looks pretty good. Now let's pick this piece up again and get back to that part of the drawer. And we're going to set this piece right in here in this corner, but we're going to raise this up 1 notch. And we'll put this piece underneath it. And by putting the smaller piece below, that's going to help hide that terrain seam a little bit. It'd be a lot more noticeable if it were up here. We'll place a second one of these over here. We don't need anything underneath it because we're not going to see that. And then we're going to place this piece right here on the end, like that. Alright, now, from here, let's scroll over to the left. I'm looking for the cliff pieces. We want this large cliff piece. And we're going to set this, spin this around. You're going to sit this right here on the corner of that, just like you see there. And we're going to place the half-width cliff right there, and that sits perfectly right in that spot. And we'll put this little finishing edge over here on the corner. And that's going to cover up a gap that we're going to leave here under the terrain. It's also going to put a nice finishing edge on that end of the cliff. So I think that's going to look really good. Alright, let's pick up this piece again. Get back to that part of the drawer. And if we scroll over to the right just a little bit, we have this terrain gap. We're going to sit this right on the corner of this block like that and spin it around like you see there. And then we're going to pick up this large corner slope. That is going to sit right over here like this on this side. And we're going to put another one right over here, even with that block to the left of it. So just like you see there, it's not going to be on the water. It's going to be one nudge above. So just like that. All right, coming back over here. Let's pick this piece up here. Put that back. And we're going to just kind of frame in some detail now around the creek, just so this doesn't look so square. So we'll place that there like that. Another one around the corner. I think that's just going to really help this look a little better. We'll place one of these here like this, and another one like that on the other side. With one of these on there like that. That just adds some nice detail there. All right, and then we'll scroll to the right, and we'll head over to the water pieces. And we're looking for this waterfall piece. This is going to sit right in here, up at the same level as the terrain around it. And we've got a gap underneath, so let's pick up this little piece here underneath. We'll put this underneath here to plug that gap. And actually, that's going to leave a little bit of a gap there. So let's use this one. So that extends below the top edge of the water, so we don't end up with another gap underneath there. Okay, and then we'll pick this piece up and put it down. We're going to put another one right behind it. That's our second waterfall. So now that looks pretty good. And let's pick this piece up and put it down. And we're going to place one up here just to kind of help them be able to climb that part of the cliff. All right, so that is starting to take shape, and that's looking really, really good. All right, let's keep building here. So I'm going to pick this piece up and put it down. And let's see, where do we have to go next? All right, let's come back over and pick this up. We're going to put a couple of these pieces along here. So we have 1, 2, that's the third, and a fourth. And trying to get to my next shot here. I've got so many of these. Sorry about that. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to grab this piece. This is going to sit right up here on top like this. And actually, yeah, that's correct. Same thing on this side. And then we'll use this piece here behind that. And I'm doing that because the taller piece kind of makes sure we minimize the seams here on the side of the hill. So I think that's a good thing to do. We'll do the same thing over here. Like that. All right. And actually, hold on. It's kind of a complex build here, so that's kind of why this is a little bit tricky. All right, so we do still have a seam over here. I'll put that there for right now. Okay, yeah, that looks better. I knew there's something that wasn't quite looking right. All right, so now we'll pick this piece up. This is gonna, we'll put it back and put another one over here with this small piece here like that. And then I'm going to pick this piece up once again, and we're going to use this wide piece. That's going to put a slope over here, and we're going to use this piece that's half the width of that one. We're going to place that over here. All right, so that's starting to look pretty good. It's still a little blocky, but it won't look that way as we start adding in more detail. All right, so the next piece, let's go ahead and pick this one up and put it down. We're going to use this really, really large one now. This is going to be the foundation for our mountain. So this is going to sit at that height, just like you see it oriented there. And eventually the mountain's going to sit on top of that. Okay. So let's come over here now, and we'll add in some additional detail here. Let's pick up this cliff piece here, just to get back to that part of the drawer. And we are looking for these canyon curve pieces. This is going to sit right in here like this. I'm using the short one. And that one, I'm kind of just framing in the edge of the island here, around this side of the island. Okay, and then I want to put in a little spacer here. This little short, narrow wall. That's going to sit in here like that, and we need 2 of these. Yeah, just like that. And then let's grab this tall canyon curve, and we're going to put the first of the little mountains in here, because there's a number of smaller mountain peaks around the big one in the middle. But this one is going to sit, let's see, just like that. Alright, so there's one. That adds a little bit of height over on this side to kind of balance out from this one. And then we need some over here, but I want to finish building the terrain around this first. So let's pick this up and put it down. This is going to sit right over here on the corner. We're going to run 3 of these over. And then put this block right here on top like that. With a second one. And this one right up underneath like that. And then we'll pick this little piece up here and put it down. We'll run that underneath those. And now we're going to put another peak right here. So let's go grab that same piece. We'll bring this over here. This is going to sit up on top of here. And let me make sure I get this situated properly. Gotta find my screen grab. I have so many of these screen grabs because this is such a complex build that all the terrain has to go in their proper places here. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Alright, so this is going to sit right up here against this slope. And we're going to bring it out to the edge and back up 1, 2 nudges like that. We can't go too far because we don't want this mountain to hang too far over the edge of that slope. There we are. And then we've got another one up over here. And this is going to sit, all right, so if we bring it right to the front edge of this block it's sitting on and we back it up 1, 2 nudges like that. Bring it over here to the left, that's where this has to sit. So not right up against this block, but 1 nudge over to the right. And again, that makes sure this isn't sitting hanging off the edge of that slope. So just like that. And I'm going to pick this little piece up and put this down. And let's add another little nice corner over here. Like that. So that's helpful. That kind of provides a nice natural little ledge here to come around this way. And I know it's a little square on this side, but that'll actually be hidden later on when we cover that up with some plants. So I'm not too worried about that. Alright, this is looking pretty good. Alright, let me pick up this little thing. We're almost done for the day, I think. Alright, we're going to go over to the left. And I'm looking for a mountain peak. Namely that one. So this is going to sit up here when we're done. And let me just drop this here for right now. Because there's 2 other pieces I want to put in here. Because the front of this right now looks a little flat. So let's pick this piece up and put it back. Come over to the left. Pick up this shorter floating cliff corner. We're going to place 1 here, 1 there. And then we can bring this forward and sit this right in here. Like that. That just provides a nice little additional peak that doesn't look quite the same as the others around it. Alright, well I think that's a good stopping point for today. I thought about trying to build the mountain in the middle of the island today, but I'm going to wait and do that near the end of the build. I think that's going to be easier. Next time we'll start working our way around the perimeter of the island. We'll build the Indian camp and Pan's hideout, and we might even make it all the way to Mermaid Lagoon. Thank you for watching. Before you go, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more Disney Infinity toy boxes like this one, and leave a comment to let me know if you're following along and building this on your own system. I'd love to hear from you. Have a great day.